dividing something like this up and putting it in bags. This time and one more will be 2 times. Man, I keep wanting to taste that stuff. Matt probably gonna be laughing at me when he sees this. Tastes good, y'all. I don't know what I'm eating. Landed right on that fender right there. Hey y'all, it's me again, Joey. It's been a few days now that we got back from the 2026 North American Honeybee Expo. Had a good time. Met a lot of people that I've never met before. Met some old friends again. And I missed a bunch of y'all. I don't know how. I've been seeing other people's pictures. And we probably passed each other and never saw each other. But I wish I'd have got to see some of y'all again too. And spoke to you and take a picture. But anyway, what I'm going to do today, I got some fondant from Matt from Sandy Valley Honey Company up in Missouri. I got some from him. It's about 25 pounds, and I think what I'm going to do, I was going to divide it up smaller, but I think I'm going to go with 2-pound packs. And most of my colonies don't need feeding anyway. I've got a few. Any of the lighter ones, I'll just stick some of this on top of them and see how that goes. But right now, in this video, I'm focused on getting it, it's one big block. I'm going to divide it up. And I've never food with fondant like this, so it's going to be a learning experience for me. Y'all ready? Let's get started. Let's see what we got here. That is a big block. Look at that. See if I can get it out of here. This stuff like this is hard to handle with my old rheumatoid hands. That is a big old block. I'll probably just end up cutting this bag open and kind of working off of it. I wonder if this will stick all over my table. I can clean it up either way. Got a few granules there. Let's see what I got here. I've used this board here before for honey and stuff, so I think I'll just work off of it. It looks kind of dirty, but it's not really that bad. I feel it's pretty soft stuff. I'll be able to work with it. Let's see what I'm going to do here. I got a scale. Let's put the scale over here where can y'all see that? Not really. Got the scale, got some bags right here. I'm getting stuff all over my hands already. All right. I'm just going to start cutting chunks off. It's pretty soft. I'm going to go with 2 pounds. I guess I could go ahead and stick it in the bag. Huh? That might be the best way to do this. Bag it. Once I get an idea of what 2 pounds looks like. Like I say, dividing something like this up and putting it in bags, this time and one more will be 2 times. That's 1 pound. Man, I keep wanting to taste that stuff. Matt probably gonna be laughing at me when he sees this. And I'm almost there. All right, that's 2.2 right there. That's good. All right, we're gonna bag that up. Now that may be more than I need. Let me do a little working on this and see what I want to do here. Yeah, I think I can work on that and make that fit in this bag. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. So I go ahead and get my 2 pounds in there. I'll be able to get that kind of flat. I got plenty of room in there. All right, that's one. Let me get a few more. I said this was 25 pounds. I was guessing. I don't know how much is here. Yeah, first I kind of mentioned last night about doing 1 pound bags, and Mr. JW told me that wasn't going to be very much. And I got to thinking, Matt had gave me a little bit of that last year, and I think that was like 2 pounds in them. All right. That's 2 right there. Oh, I thought about doing this on my dining room table. Y'all probably wouldn't be seeing me no more if I was doing that there. I mentioned it. She said, "Why you want to do it in the dining room table?" I said, "Well, I like the background of it's a door from my grandmother's old house, and I used to like the video stuff right there." I think what I'm going to do is, when I get through, I'm just going to pick this cardboard up and set it outside. Let the bees clean it up. Another 2 pounds. I see I dropped some on the floor. I'll be stepped in it. Ain't no worse than the wax I've been getting on the floor. Almost there. Perfect. Mike Berry's probably doing the same thing I already have. I probably should have waited and watched his video. Watch one of his how-tos on how to cut up fondant. Close enough. Smells good. I don't know if he's got anything in here besides sugar or not. I'll test him. He probably told me too. Probably told a bunch of us, and I just went in one ear and out the other. This would probably be better with gloves on. And I got 3 boxes sitting over there. Yes, the sun's shining beautiful outside. Still a little cool. They start flying. I got 2 in my backyard right here, 2 hives. I'll set it out here somewhere and let them clean this board up. See how they like it. Now I got to dig down in that box to get some more, so I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. How much y'all think this is? Too much? Try another one like that. One thing I have learned, try to keep one hand clean and use one hand for the fondant. See how that works out for you. Divide these two in half. It's kind of hard to get a chunk that big in there. Almost done and about figured out how to do it, huh? This stuff is it's not mushy, but you can work it pretty good. That's two right there. Them bees ain't gonna have nothing to clean up. Tastes good, y'all. I don't know what I'm eating. There is something else in there, though. What is it, Matt? Man, that stuff's like candy. It is candy. All right, let me straighten this mess up and we'll see what we come up with. While I got a break, I want to show y'all. Just got my tractor back from the shop. But this is a new Fender. A new light there. New steering wheel. And I didn't get the seat replaced, but it's got a tear in it right here. They wanted a lot of money for that. They don't just do, look here, it's just a cover. But they don't sell you just that cover. I'll have to find somebody to make that for me, or just make a cover to go on top of this one. But I'm gonna show you a little video right here of what happened. A tree fell on it. It was a dead tree and it fell on it. And you know how they fall in sections, they kind of zigzag. Well, the top of that tree got this tractor. The only thing left of this tree now is that stump that's standing there. but I cleaned everything else up. So these rotten pine trees, when they fall, a lot of times they'll collapse on themselves. But this one chose to kind of reach out. And it still broke up in sections as it was coming down. But the second from the top, that one on the ground right there, that's the second section from the top of the tree. It landed right on that fender right there. You can see where it bent that in and broke my light. I'm gonna tell you something, that fender is tough because I had to go get a come along to pull that thing back off. I thought I'd pry it off. You see the steering wheel busted in right there. And we'll go around to the other side and I'll show you something. But a piece of that at the very top landed on my brush cutter and bent that part right there. I'm gonna take it to the shop and see if they can press that out, and if they can, I'll have to replace that. But the very tip top or a limb off of that thing landed on this side of the tractor. No real damage. It right in here, it just barely missed that third function control. And that third function, I just installed that like 4 or 5 months ago maybe. And it landed right next to all those hoses, but it didn't land on them. Okay, while I was getting reorganized here, I noticed this bag looked a little heavier. I think something had got under my scale. This one was like 3 pounds. And I found one that was a little bit light. Actually there was 2 of the lighter bags, and I just kind of moved some out of there. So now we all at least 2 point whatever. That one was at 3. All right, let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, I'm gonna work this in a little bit more. I'm not gonna bore y'all with this all the way through. We'll go ahead and finish this one out. That would probably be good enough right there. But I don't have shims. I do have a few lids with shims on them, and I've got my interview covers. If you've ever seen them, if I flip them over, it's the same as a shim. So it's got extra space under there, so I can put some of them on there if the hive needs it. But anyway, we're close right there. But I'll work with them a little bit and get them all flattened out. Last one. Pushing it works better than trying to roll it to me. All right, that's good enough for who it's for. All right, here we go. Got them all in the bags. I'll stick them in the freezer until I get ready to put them in the hives that need them. I just want to tell Matt I appreciate him for the fondant, and I'll try to make the best use out of it I can. That's it for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.